Hey, Big Dave, middle-aged gamer here with another NFL Pickem. We are now up to week 4. Let's look at how we did on week 3. Week 3, we went 11-5. Hell of a week. And we're now in the 90th percentile of all Pickems through the ESPN. Well, let's go. Let's go over what we did. Last week, we had the Thursday night game. I picked the Jets. They won handily 24-3. Really not much to say here. Patriots starting to look like the Patriots we all expected out of them. No big ting. Then we had the Pack and the Titans. Green Bay took care of business 30-14. Titans looking miserable. And Green Bay rather undefeated actually without Jordan Love. Go figure. And then we had the Vikes, who were easily taking care of business against the Texans, 34-7, just like I thought. I did say there was going to be some regression from Houston offensively, and defensively, Minnesota's legit. Okay, Brian Flores, something else. Actually makes my Giants Week 1 loss look a little more palatable. We didn't quite give up as much as Houston did. And the Colts got their first win of the season, as I predicted, over the Chicago Bears. Not the most exciting of games, but good enough. And here it is. This was my big upset of the week, and I called it. Giants got off hot and kept the Browns enough at bay. They got the win on the road, 21-15. I told you, Deshaun Watson was going to be bad, and we started hearing calls for Jameis Winston to take over as quarterback from the fans. So, yeah, I have a feeling that I don't think Cleveland's going to win another game until Jameis gets in there. That's just my feeling. Speaking of backups doing well, Justin Fields, another win, taking down the Chargers 20-10. I did call that, and as I said, a battle of two high-powered defenses was going to come down to whichever offense was going to have just enough to make that one play. And oftentimes, when in doubt, go with the home team. That's what I did, and it worked. Here's the one I didn't see coming. This was, if you go by who voted for what, this was actually a bigger upset than the Giants over the Browns. Tampa Bay just got absolutely throttled at home by Denver, of all teams. Wow. I don't know what to say about this. We'll look to see who Tampa Bay faces in Week 4. But this could have very well have been a trap game for Tampa Bay here. But just, I don't know, man. Wow. And this was a fun one. And I really thought New Orleans just had it going and would find a way to take down Philly, but no, both defenses came out to play. Got to give them credit for that. And, Philly actually did enough this time. And then, nobody saw this coming either, but Andy Dalton showed everybody just who the fault was on Carolina's offense. It was Bryce Young. Winning by 2 touchdowns in Vegas. And Vegas has a pretty good defense, so that should say something right there. Carolina might suddenly be a player. Never thought I'd say that this year. And then Seattle at home, where they're usually pretty indomitable. Miami, no offense now because no Tua. This was an easy win for Seattle, as I figured it would be. And, not gonna lie, I was a little surprised by this one, too. I didn't think that the Rams would have enough of a defense to slow down San Francisco enough. I thought the Niners were gonna roll here. No, obviously not. But, here we are nonetheless. I mean, well, remembered, there was no Christian McCaffrey. There was also no Debo, but I thought Ayuk and Kittle were going to be enough. Evidently not. I got this one, Detroit going to Arizona, and pulling out the win here. It was good to see Arizona with that offensive burst, but I didn't think they'd have enough to hang with Detroit, and I was right. I mean, then again, they put up only 13, so this suddenly turned into a bit of a defensive stinker for both, but it is what it is. Ravens going on the road, beating the Cowboys. I did call that, as did about 2/3 of the rest of everybody. So, yeah. Kansas City, once again, winning with defense. I didn't think... Yeah, I got Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy team, and he's been struggling. I did not see this coming. But here we are, nonetheless. And, to quote our former president, they're eating the cats. Buffalo ate all right. Wow. Big blowout this week. Jacksonville is... What is going on there? At this rate, I'm not sure Doug Marrone's going to survive the season. This is just, wow, painful. Speaking of painful, the Monday night game. Well, the 2 Monday night games. I forgot this was also a Monday nighter. But yeah, I thought Cincy would get their first win against the soft Commanders D. Well, I was right about this being a shootout. It ended up being more of a shootout than I thought it would be. But Jaden Daniels, kid's legit. That's all I got to say there. So there you go, 11-5. I did very well, but still climbing up. I mean, at 29, I'm at 29-19 for the season. Not bad. Only had one bit of a clunker of a week so far. That was week 2, where I only kept 500. All right, let's look at what we got this week. Thursday night game, that would be tonight as of this recording. The Giants at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Both teams seriously limping into this in the secondary. And both teams also have a superstar wide receiver, the Giants with Malik Neighbors, and the Cowboys with, of course, CD Lamb. Both teams have one common opponent so far, and that team is also the source of their only wins, the Cleveland Browns. Looking at this, the big difference right now is the quarterbacks. Dak versus DJ. Jones actually been playing better than Dak so far. Giants O-line is better and acting better than the Cowboys right now. CD has been quieter than normal. And meanwhile, his backup has been doing absolutely nothing. It kind of makes you wonder just what's going on. Cowboys also have no running game right now. Meanwhile, the Giants' running game has been decent. They're largely held in check by Cleveland up until that very last run. But they can go off. Singletary's been rated as the most elusive running back in the league so far, and Jones is always a threat anytime he decides to take off with the ball. Cowboys, not so much. Right now, their leading rusher is 6th-round pick Rico Dowdle, and bringing back Zeke has been an absolute bust, and I don't see the Cowboys just being able to really do all that much despite the secondary. Mainly because they don't really have anybody that's really all that scary except maybe tight end Ferguson, who I did pick up for my fantasy team. I never thought I'd pick up a Cowboy. Ugh. But here we are nonetheless. For this, I would think it's going to be a much closer game than the past few have been for the Giants. This is definitely an improved team, and the Cowboys, they're going all in, all right, all into the bottom. I think I'm going to take the Giants on this, despite the fact that they're missing 2 of their starting corners, in Adoree Jackson and rookie Andrew Phillips. I think there's still going to be enough. I would not be surprised if when CeeDee Lamb moves into the slot. They put Isaiah Simmons on him. Big target, athletic, can keep up with him in the slot. Excuse me. I think the Giants will do just enough to keep him limited. The pass rush has really been getting home. And I don't see the Cowboys offensive line having an answer for Dexter Lawrence or Brian Burns for that matter, and this could be the week where Kayvon Thibodeau finally puts it together, although we've been saying that every week since the season started. I just think that this is the Giants' chance right now. The Cowboys are in complete disarray, and the Giants have momentum right now. So, yeah, I'm taking the Giants on this one. All right, now we start with the Sunday games. We got the Falcons in a divisional battle with the Saints. The Falcons are kind of reeling right now, although they've had a really difficult schedule to start, and the Saints came back down to earth after a tough battle against Philly. This one's kind of a tough one, too. Falcons' defense has been playing really well. It's the offense that's been kind of struggling. Meanwhile, it's the offense that has all the talent. Meanwhile, with the Saints, again, they had a good defensive showing, but their offense has also struggled too. I mean, they've been relying completely on Rashid Shaheed, and he did nothing. Again, another good defense the Saints are riding in against. They could struggle here. I'm going to go with the Falcons. When in doubt, stick with the home team. All right, now we got the Bears at home against the Rams. The Rams offense suddenly looked a hell of a lot better, although the Bears' bread and butter right now is that defense. The other way around, the Rams' defense is not bad. It's better than I thought it would be. And we still don't know where the Bears are going to be getting much in the way of offense. I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. I can see them pulling to 2-2 while the Bears start drifting further and further down into the bottom of the division. All right, we got the Vikings on the road against the Packers. This is going to be a good one. The Vikings have been looking like an absolute juggernaut so far this year, and the Packers have been doing pretty good without the quarterback Jordan Love. I don't know if he's going to be ready for this game, and still a little early to tell because this is only Thursday and the injury reports don't really come out until Friday. I don't know, man. My head's telling me to go with the Packers, and my head's also telling me to go with the Vikings. Honestly, I think I'm going to go with the Vikings on this. They just look completely unstoppable here. If Jordan Love were healthy, I might go with the Packers here. But I can't. I'm going to go with the Vikings here. All right, now we got the Steelers, another ridiculous juggernaut of a team right now against the Colts, who are kind of muddling along here. Anthony Richardson not looking so hot. I think this is going to be an easy Steelers win, even though it is on the road. Too much defense and too much Justin Fields. Going to be too much for the Colts to handle. All right, then we got the Broncos and the Jets. The Broncos pulled a feisty one last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, although I think says more about the Bucs being more of a paper tiger than the Broncos actually doing something here. The Jets are looking really good. That one loss came in San Francisco on Monday night, and everyone's saying, yeah, don't worry about the Niners, don't worry about the Niners. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Jets. They should be able to handle this one with relative ease. And we got the Bucs and the Eagles, and this explains absolutely everything. The Bucs floundering badly against Denver last week. This tells me everything I need to know right here. It was a trap game. So they were obviously looking past Denver and towards Philly. And that's fine. And here's the thing. As much as I hate to admit it as a Giants fan, Saquon's been on another level since joining the Eagles. He's completely unstoppable. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do as much. The passing game doesn't have to do as much, but they still can. I'm gonna go with Philly on this, much as I hate to admit it. I think Denver did expose some flaws in Tampa Bay that Philly can definitely exploit. And then we got Carolina and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go with Carolina on this. Cincy's defense has been an absolute nightmare, and not for opposing teams. They've been a nightmare for themselves. They've been absolutely horrific. And Carolina showed last week with Andy Dalton under center. This offense is legit. The defense, maybe not so much, but Cincinnati's offense has not been able to get it together. Outside of the big two, Jamar and Burrow, there's just not that much there right now. Even T. Higgins has kind of gone quiet. Not much of a running game. The line's kind of miserable. I think Cincinnati could be heading towards the number 1 overall pick here. And, I think the Panthers are going to pull this one. Didn't think I'd say that at the beginning of the season. All right, Texans home game against the Jags, and I'm just going to go with the Texans here. Even with the regressing offense, this is still going to be enough to easily handle another pathetic team on their way towards a number 1 overall pick, and they're going to have to start having a serious discussion about the future of Trevor Lawrence. Didn't think I'd have to say that either. But here we are. And we got the Cards at home versus the Commanders. This is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a shootout. 2 high-powered offenses one high-powered offense and an inconsistent Cardinals offense. The defenses are going to take a backseat on this, and I'm starting to think that Washington's offense is legit. I'm going to go with the Commanders on this. This thing with the Cardinals is, they got a lot of firepower, but there's too much inconsistency there. This team, if the Cardinals can start putting together more consistently, I'd be a little more confident with them. As it is right now, I'm not, and I'd have to give the nod to the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, my God, that kid is good. You can see why the Commanders were not willing to move from their spot come hell or high water. Yeah, kid's just on another plane. All right, Niners on home game against the Patriots. Do I really need to say any more? Patriots are patriotsing again, and the Niners, even with all of their issues, should still have enough to be able to take down New England here. And we got a Raiders home game against the Cleveland Browns. Both teams struggling mightily. Both teams with good defenses, and the offenses are kind of offensive. Both teams, unsteady quarterback situations, 1-star receiver, Devontae Adams versus Amari Cooper. Not much of a run game. Although the week after this, that should change with Cleveland, as Nick Chubb should be back. But that's not this week. This is going to be a boring, low-scoring game. No excitement whatsoever. And, if this was a neutral site game, I wouldn't know who to pick here. But when in doubt, go with the home team. Another Sunday game, Chiefs on the road at the LA Chargers. Both teams have defenses that have really stepped it up a notch. The offenses are... we kind of saw this coming with the Chargers. They have no weapons. Nobody to throw the ball to, and a suspect running game. If you're relying on Ravens castoffs, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, which is kind of funny because I have Dobbins on my fantasy team. Meanwhile, Kansas City, their offense, I don't know what's going on. I mean, that god they have for a quarterback is not very godly right now. And Travis Kelce has attracted all the attention, so it's not like Mahomes has his safety net anymore. But we could be looking at the last season of Travis Kelce, guys. Meanwhile, the receivers have yet to step it up. I thought the receivers would have enough opportunity, and they're just not making the most of it. Even their high-flying rookie, Xavier Worthy, just not doing it. I don't know. Honestly, all things otherwise being equal, I'm going to take the home team here. I think the Chargers going to upset the Chiefs here. All right, and then another Sunday, we got the Ravens at home against the Bills. And, yeah, the Ravens looked better this week, although that defense almost collapsed against the Cowboys. Bills are on another plane right now. I think I think the Bills are just going to take this one. All right, we finally got our Monday night game. The Dolphins, sans Tua or any decent quarterback right now, at home against the Tennessee Titans. Ugh, really? Oh, boy. Both teams' defenses are doing okay, but offensively they just can't get anything together because of bad quarterback play. I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this because they do have a running game. Kevin A-Chain, he's something else, and I think he'll put together a good outing against the Titans defense. And meanwhile, Tennessee, for who they've got, I just can't say the same. I'll take it Miami on this. And then the main event for Monday night, it's going to be the Lions at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. All right, we got 81% of people taking the Lions to knock the Seahawks from the ranks of the unbeaten. And I can see it happening. This is going to be a classic offense versus defense matchup. The Lions winning with offense, Seattle winning with defense. The Seahawks' offensive line has been pretty offensive, and I think that's where everybody's looking into. What's his name? Aiden Hutchinson is going to feast. I do think he will. And I think Seattle's offense is going to have a hard time keeping up with Detroit's. And I do think we're going to lose an undefeated team here tonight. How many points? Oh, this I don't know. I think Seattle can limit what Detroit does, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop what Detroit does. It's going to be a middle game here. I think Detroit wins comfortably, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to go 27-17 Lions. 27-17 is 44 points. All right, there you go. There's all my picks. Here's to hoping I did as well. I do as well this week as I did in the odd weeks. But if this is, but if I do as well on the even weeks, I'm rephrasing. If I do as well as I did on week 2, then there may be something about even weeks sucking it up for me. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest and greatest videos as they come in and to help this channel grow. This has been Big Dave, the Middle-Aged Gamer. This is NFL Pickem. I'll see you all next time.